Hey, it's Mrs. Finney. Today I'm going to be talking about division, and we're going to be using a strategy called partial quotients. We are working off of our new proficiency scale. Today we're working on 2A, which is find whole number quotients with up to a 4-digit dividend and a 1-digit divisor with or without remainders. We're going to review this strategy today so that you can use it when you are working on division. Let's start with some review of our vocab. So, our dividend is the number that is being divided, our divisor is the number that is doing the dividing, and our quotient is the answer to a division problem. So take a look here, I've already written it out. We have 885 divided by 5 equals. Looking at these numbers right here, I know that my dividend is going to be 885 and my divisor is 5. When we are writing this out, the first thing we need to do is we need to draw what I will call a house. And I add my house. Inside my house is going to be my dividend. On the outside of my house is my divisor. So now I have 885 divided by 5. Now, when we're using partial quotients, the first thing we're going to do is we look at our 5 and we look at our 8 right here and we decide, can 5 go into 8? It can go into 8. It can go into 8 one time. Now, since this isn't just in the ones place, this is in the hundreds place, I do need to add my 2 zeros here and right here. Now I can subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. 8 minus 0, 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. So now we have 5 and 385 as our dividend. Well, can 5 go into 3? It cannot, because 5 is bigger than 3. Can 5 go into 38? It can. How many times can 5 go into 38? I know it can go into 38 7 times. I'm going to make it 70 because I know 5 times 70 is 350. When I subtract, I have 5 going into 35, which I already know is 7 times. And I don't need to add a 0 because we're already working with our ones place. So now, these numbers on the outside of the house over here are what we're going to add up to get our final quotient. And there is our answer. Now, one thing I want you to do after you solve it using partial quotients is I want you to go back and just like Miss Joanna talked about how multiplication and division are opposites, I want you to go back and try to multiply backwards to see if you get 885 as your product. When we want to check our answer, we can multiply 177 times 5. 5 times 7 is 35. 35 plus 3 is 38. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. 885 is what we started with as our dividend up here. So we do know that we have our correct answer. Just like we did in the first one, we're going to start by drawing our house. Our dividend is 1,282 and our divisor is 4. So again, we're going to start by seeing if our 4 can go into our 1, which we know it cannot, but 4 can go into 12 3 times. In this case, since we're dealing with the thousands place, we know it's going to be 4 times 300, which gives us 1,200. Then I subtract. So now, 4 going into 82. I know that 4 times 2 is 8. So if I multiply 4 times 20, that's going to give me 80. And I have 2 left over. Now, 4 can no longer go into 2. So that tells me I have a remainder of 2. When I add these up, I have 320 remainder 2 as my quotient. Let's go back and I will show you how to multiply it and check to see if this is the correct answer. 320 times 4. Remember, our goal is to get 1,282 as our product. So 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. I have 1,280. The one thing you need to remember is whatever your remainder is, you add to your product. So our answer here is 1,282, which gives us the same as our dividend up here. These are two examples of how you will be able to use partial quotients when you're solving division problems. Remember, you can rewatch this video over again and again if you need to, or you can let Miss Joanna or myself know if you have any other questions. Good luck, have a good day.